Why does the United States exist? According to the Bible, it isn't because of freedom or to make a Christian nation. Actually, according to the Bible, governments, including the United States, exist for 3 reasons. First reason is the United States exists to serve God by serving people. See, Jesus said in Matthew 20:25 through 26, that Gentile rulers lord over their authority over their subjects. And Jesus tells his disciples, this isn't the way it should be done. In fact, you should be serving others. Now, he was talking specifically to his disciples as people. But the implication is also the Gentiles lord their authority. Technically, governments should be serving their people instead. Now, whether you believe this next part or not, the principle still carries. See, Jesus, as the King of Kings, and his followers believe that he is the Lord and he rules over everyone. And so this level of service, the best picture is Jesus Christ as King became a man, lived among his people, and died and sacrificed himself on behalf of his people. That's the level of service that God expects from governments. Now, the second and third reasons are in Romans 13:1 through 7, which was written by the Apostle Paul, and 1 Peter 2:13 through 14, which was written by the Apostle Peter. And what's really fascinating is both of these writers, they copy and they mirror what Jesus says, but they didn't have a lot of contact with each other. See, Paul was a Roman citizen and a Jew, and his primary ministry was to Gentiles, people who did not have the Old Testament, the Jewish Bible to refer to. That's who Paul reached into, and that's who he was teaching. Peter, he taught Jewish people, and Peter was not a Roman citizen, but he was a Jewish person, and Peter was primarily starting churches in the Jewish communities. And so both of these individuals, they in essence agreed with what the government is supposed to be. And so that leads us to the second reason. The second reason the United States exists and government is to punish evil conduct. See, Peter says that the government is to punish those that do evil. Paul says that the government exists as a terror to bad conduct. See, those that break the law are to be punished. Now, am I talking about that whole eye for an eye thing and stuff like that? No, not necessarily. It's the government's responsibility, and the people to figure out the best way to punish certain crimes. Is this going to change as the nation grows and as cultures change, etc.? Absolutely. But it's still the government's responsibility to punish those that do evil. So the second reason that the United States exists is to punish evil. The third reason the United States exists is to promote good. See, Peter says that government is to praise those who do good, and Paul mirrors that and says, do what is good and you will receive the government's praise. Both are saying that the government is to be promoting good. Now, what does this look like? We don't really have examples, and so it's really open to how the government decides to do this, but that's what the government needs to do, is be promoting good behavior and good actions from its citizens. See, in America, our government is different than it was in the Roman Empire. Our government here in America gets its power from the people. In Rome, their government got their power came from the emperor. And so it was pretty much up to the emperor and, the Senate to make the rules in Rome, and they were going to be held accountable, by God. But here in America, our government gets its power from the people. And that means we as citizens and voters in America, we are responsible for what we do. So, are you voting in a government that serves its people? Are you voting in a government that is punishing evil and protecting protecting its citizens from other evil? And are you voting in a government that is promoting good? We as citizens of the United States and we as Christians have an incredible opportunity to make a difference. What are you doing with your vote?